la secret combinazione. Beikuru and Eguru. 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 Beikuru and Eguru.
Chat, my friend is going crazy right now. My friend is going crazy right now. 2 people on the stream. Welcome in, welcome in. Adrian, welcome them. My friend is going crazy right now, right, Adrian? Right? My friend is going so crazy, chat. He's going crazy. He's on drugs. Let me not say it. I'm gonna get banned so hard, bro. Even though I make so much money on here, bro. I'm gonna get banned.
W or L?
Green guys too. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
W or L?
No, bro. Why are you going hard on me, bro?
Oh God, I'm not even trying.
Bro,
You're going easy on me. What?
this dude's about to get happy, bro. WRL is not rare, bro.
Yes, it is. Holy rare. Chat, is W or L rare? Is W or L rare?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Monkey. You ain't gonna win, so like.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay, bet. Watch and learn, buddy. Watch and learn, bro.
Watch and learn, you're not gonna get it back.
W
Watch
or
and
L?
learn. This W or L is mine. Candy. Oh, damn. Holy I think it's just because my
W
hitbox
or
is
L?
really high. Yo! You saw that, right? You saw that. Adrian? Hello? You saw that, right? Yo, chat, he's definitely so locked in, bro. So locked in. So locked in, chat. Adrian, you got
W or L?
bad at duels, bro. Dang! Alright.
W or L?
You ain't gonna get 3 though.
W
You won't
or
get 3
L?
though. Holy, bro.
W or L? W or L? W or L.
Dang, you holy hit, bro.
W or L.
I'll stand right here. Wow, what is that gonna do? Even if you win, bro, you ain't getting nothing. Oh my god.
Okay.
Take.
I'm taking good.
Get your big body built self out of here, bro.
W or L.
Stop playing with me. Didn't I win your live romantic? Oh, okay. Oh, you don't care about it? So I can just keep
W
it, right?
or L.
I can just keep it? Alright, bet, thanks.
W or L.
No. No. Take. 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 Come on, I'm waiting. Alright, thanks. I know.
W or L.
Big bought that guy both my mama. Big bought
W
escalate.
or
Walk off
L.
the Hummer when I seen her the Pyrex and the duck. Put me in holy coming by the double. Holy cell. 1 sec, I'll call you back. Yo, I'm dueling for a W or L right now.
W or L.
I'm dueling for a W or L right now, and I got 2. Yeah. For a bad, I put a bad brain rot too. And I won his 600. I won Adrian's 680 mil La Romantic. He said run it back, so I ran it back.
W or L.
Look at my stream. Look at my stream. Look at my stream. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. D-Blade YT.
W or L.
Okay, so
Huh? No, just put D-Blade YT. Oh, round took too long. Just put D-Blade YT. You look at my stream? Look at my stream? Vote for me, okay? Vote for me. I did a poll. You don't see it at the top?
W or L.
Get up, you faggot. Get up.
W or L.
That's me. Yes! That's me, Caleb. That's me. I bet you want to camp. You want to camp. Oh crap, I missed. Alright, there we go.
W or L.
Ankles. If he takes, I'm rushing him so hard. Oh, that's GG's.
W or L.
That's GG. Oh, dang. Okay, that's him. That's me. Oh dang! If it made him go all the way over there, that would. Oh crap! That's him. That's him. No, that's me. That's me.
Oh yeah, oh,
Who? By me or him?
what?
By me or him?
W or L. W
Love you,
or
sissy.
L.
Love you. Oh, that's him. That's him. That's him.
W or L. W or L. W or L. W or L.
No, Papa. No, please. Not this isn't the time. All right, Papa. I'm in the middle of something. Very important. I know it's very important. I know.
W or L.
Oh.
W or L.
Are you gonna go get it?
W or L.
On my mama. On my hood. On my mama. On my hood.
W or L. W or L. W or L. W
Chat,
or
lock in.
L.
Chat, lock in. Holy delay.
W or L.
Ah.
W or L.
I'm sorry, the person you were.
W or L.
No! That's him, that's him, that's him, that's him, that's him.
W or L? W or L? W or L?
No!
W or L? W or L? W or L? W or L?
Come on, come on. Come on, come on.
W or L?
Come on.
W or L?
Excuse me.
W or L? W or L?
That's me. That's him, that's him, that's him.
W or L? W or L?
No!
W or L? 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 W or L?
No! That's me. That's me. That's me. Yes, yes, yes. That's the way I like it.
W or L?
Mama, wish me luck. Well, Mama,
W or L?
wish me luck. I'm dueling right now. Hope it's 2-2. Hopefully I win. Come look, come look. I'm dueling my friend Adrian.
Oh.
He put a good brainer, I
W
put a
or
bad
L?
brainer. 'Cause I already won one of his really good one. Alright, but now the round is over in 7 seconds. Yeah.
Did you, you need a second outfit or no?
For what?
W
Field day?
or L?
Yes, I do. No! No, he hit me last second.
W or L?
Oh, that's me. Yes!
chilling.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, buddy.
Alright, cool.
You got field day and everything.
I
You
know.
gotta go to bed
I know.
pretty early, okay?
Papa, it's only 8.
Oh, I know. But you gotta get some rest, you know?
Yep.
Got a big day, man.
Yeah, I know.
Fun day.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm gonna jump on the bounce house. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the bounce house and do a front flip.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna jump on the bounce house, do a front flip. Yo. GG's, I'm not giving you nothing, bro. Buddy, that was your fault. Hello, Card Kennedy, that was your fault.
La Romantic Grande. La Secret Combinazione.
Love you too. Buddy. Love you.
Wednesday morning will be demolished. The following month, another update on the design of leaders was expected 60% complete at that point. Now this fall, September of this year, construction on the permanent memorial is expected to begin. It's expected to be completed next year. So many women have, risen to the ranks and worked really hard to achieve different statuses within and in this modern age. We all consider ourselves as people continuing cultural traditions and breaking down barriers. Now, this martial arts studio is maintaining its roots through strong female leadership and celebration of Chinese culture. Coming up next on the break.
Suited up for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why I believe this is the best team that Team USA has fielded. I don't think people understand how much work goes into putting the team together. Conversations with players, with organizations, trying to get everything to fit in the box. That is very difficult with the expectations to win it all. And Bryce Harper could be a huge piece to that if the Team USA does go on winning.
So she's gonna give me the rubber. Okay. She said she's giving me $5 back, and she didn't know. She thought 15.
Back in the big bag.
No, I think I have some in my pocket. Yeah, I need to put this back.
Oh, this won't take place.
I don't know. Oh, she has to come put this stuff in. Hey, can I be back real quick? I don't know. I'm waiting on her.
We'll do it now for you.
But she doesn't want to go to the store.
What's she doing?
Me? Doing something. Probably unlocking her card. Which car should I drive? The Hellcat? The Ferrari, McLaren, Porsche, or this McLaren? I'm gonna drive this. It looks really cool, right? You like it? Oh yeah, I can do that on my phone. Never mind. Think how much TV. Alright, let me buy.
Going forward, there won't be too many mismatches. When I say mismatch, there were guys on the mound that really had no chance against this lineup, and it proved it over time because they scored a ton of runs. 2 on, 2 out. Alex Bregman, who's back in Houston, who spent the first 9 years of his career with the Astros. He's gotten good hands each time he's come up. You know, you got the big boppers throughout this lineup. Bregman not the most imposing guy physically, but Mark Gross was talking about him today. He said, man, just the quality of that bat, even in a team of superstars, it stands out. Yeah, this guy is the most engaged, probably the most intense on wanting to be the best player on the field every game. And everything that he does, including when Mark Gross said, man, you squared up 4 balls the other night. He goes, no, 5. Don't sell me short. He's got Judge at second, Schwarber at first. He must try to crack through here in the first inning. Bregman takes a 6th consecutive ball from the Breda. This has been the personality of this American lineup so far. It's something Bregman has always done after that bats. 24 walks to only 8 strikeouts the first 2 games. Better not miss middle in because he'll make it disappear. We've seen him hit it over into the Crawford boxes many times. It stays in this ballpark. A good pitch, 2-1 on Bregman. Good slider, I believe. Yeah, just stayed down. The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. And it's not back. American League home chance. There is no ABS system in this classic, although there will be this year. Can't challenge any pitchers. That one wasn't close enough. 3-1 pitch. Bregman takes. Just misses for ball 4. The bases up. So the Raider retires the first 2 in this inning, but then a single from Judge, walks from Schwarber and Bregman. The man that hit 60 home runs last year in Cal Valley climbs in. You'll never meet a more quiet, unassuming superstar who had an MVP type year, an all-shucks attitude. But man, oh man, what a year he had last year. Set a record for catchers, set a record for switch hitters, set a record for Seattle. 60 home runs and leading the Mariners to win a game of their first trip to the World Series. First pitch from Moreta. Big. Diamond fouls it back. Big spot early in this game for Team USA. They put up those 24 runs the first two games, but they left the watch the guy's eye. Mark DeRosa said 24 runs, but it feels like might have been close to hitting their stride. Oh, it's out. Moreta trying to wiggle his way off of the hook. Three games in the big leagues, but a big-time reputation back in Mexico. Big game pitcher there. It's 0-2 to Riley. Did he go? He did. And Moreta's in the first inning. The U.S. leads the bases loaded, and after one, and Houston no score.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, the communication satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other, wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
At Wayfair, delivery and setup can be as easy as, well, doing nothing.
That was fast.
Room of choice delivery and fast expert setup.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Taking a second. A little breather. Gorilla. La Playa Wings.
Inch wide. The metal is silver in color, but it's tarnished with old age. It's kind of a foreboding object to look at.
This gruesome device, called a fleam, is linked to a mystery surrounding the sudden demise of the United States' first president, George Washington.
This is the story of the search for what caused the death of an American legend.
December 14th, 1799, Mount Vernon, Virginia. According to the history books, former First Lady Martha Washington is woken in the middle of the night by the sounds of her 67-year-old husband, George, coughing and gasping for breath.
She found him clutching at his chest and throat. He was struggling to catch his breath.
Washington had spent the previous day outside in cold and rainy winter weather. Martha concludes that her husband has become ill as a result.
Martha must have been very, very concerned. She told him that she wanted to go and fetch his physician, but George refused.
Martha urges her husband to take medication, but the former general insists on toughing it out.
He told her that he never medicated a cold, and stubbornly, George went back to sleep.
But a few hours later, Washington's condition has gotten worse.
George was now running a fever. He was complaining that his throat was swollen and raw. He was unable to swallow. He was having great difficulty inhaling.
Martha finally summons the doctors. One by one, they try a series of treatments commonly used at the time. Drawing blood, administering potions, and even applying a topical preparation of dried beetles that is thought to draw out toxins. But all is in vain. And as the day wears on, a helpless Martha watches as her beloved husband deteriorates.
It must have been frightening for her to watch this man who had been her rock, and the rock that our country had been built on, suddenly decline so fast.
Despite the doctor's valiant efforts at battling this short and violent illness, at just past 10 p.m., George Washington takes his final breath.
Martha was devastated. This was the realization of all of her worst fears.
The tragic news is speedily conveyed to President John Adams. The nation mourns their founding father for a period of 69 days, until February 22nd, 1800, Washington's birthday. The cause of death is given as an infection of the upper throat called epiglottitis, and this diagnosis remains the official version for more than 200 years. But is this what really happened? A shocking twist on history is about to be revealed.
An intriguing discovery brought new information to light of what truly killed America's founding father.
Oh, I'm the simplest one. It is.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like supporting you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. Now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash and eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occur. CP event risk increases. B29s coming from India are basically supply planes carrying fuel instead of bombs. The tallest mountain range in the world, nicknamed the Hump. B-29 Navigator Dave Regan knows the problems firsthand. For every gallon of gas we can haul over the hump at a B-29, it took 2 gallons of gas for the plane to fly it over. Math isn't sustainable. But the enthusiasm that bonds Japan overrules the logistics. They proceed with the plan. In the summer of 1944. After so much trial and error, B-29's promise is finally in the air. Colonel LeMay's strategy is on the line. We believed that if strategic air power were properly applied, an enemy could be defeated without having to expend as many American lives on battlefields. A squadron of B-29s finally makes it into Japanese airspace. America has high hopes. These are the first airstrikes on mainland Japan since the Doolittle raid of 1942. That raid didn't show much. Now, 2 years later, America runs into the same problems. Target intelligence is spotty. Clouds prevent good sight. Winds blow the bombs off course. Some miss by 20 miles. In 9 separate raids from China, only 5% of the bombs hit their targets. A lot of it didn't work, and they just had to find out the hard way. This is Japanese footage of one raid's aftermath. It's not bomb damage. It's a fallen B-29 in eastern China. This is the price of testing a new airplane in combat.
If we lost hydraulic fluid, the prop would fly off.
Doctors. The reason why? A bizarre medical practice that was common at the time, known as bloodletting.
It was commonly held medical belief that leaving a patient could induce a cure or alleviate symptoms of disease.
Bloodletting was often performed using an instrument called a fleam, which was similar to a pocket knife with different sized blades, just like this one within the collection of the New Orleans Pharmacy Museum in Louisiana. And Vatican learns that the president personally requested his doctors to do the procedure.
He believed that bloodletting had helped him in the past, and he was hopeful it would do so again.
Dr. Vatican then concludes that the president underwent at least 4 rounds of this treatment over the course of his last day. He believes it could have done him more harm than good.
Because individual doctors were coming in and out and each one taking turns working on Washington, it was possible that no one was keeping track of how much blood the president had lost.
Dr. Vatican estimates that the president, who was a large man, had started the day with approximately 15 pints of blood. He calculates that Washington lost nearly 8 pints of blood in a span of only 9 to 10 hours.
That's an incredible amount of blood to lose in a short period of time.
As a result of this new information, Dr. Vatican proposes a surprising new theory. It might not have been a throat infection that killed the president. Instead, he may have been brought down by severe low blood pressure and shock as a consequence of blood loss.
Losing that much blood is potentially fatal. It's possible that in the doctor's attempts to cure Washington, they actually killed Washington.
Today, more than 2 centuries later, New Orleans Pharmacy Museum has a fleam once used in bloodletting procedures, like those President George Washington endured on his deathbed. It recalls the now discredited procedure that drained the father of our nation of his lifeblood. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is said to be home to a terrifying monster. Witnesses claim that the strange creature stands on 2 legs, is covered in fur, and has a mouth full of razor-sharp fangs. It is known as the Michigan Dogman. But in the town of Negaunee is an institution dedicated not to mythology, but to innovation. The Michigan Iron Industry Museum. On display is a 19th century wooden wheelbarrow, a metal car that once transported explosive powder deep underground, and a replica of a mine shaft. But there's one object in the collection that recalls a spooky supernatural story.
The artifact is 18 inches wide and about a foot tall. It's made of brass. There's a lot of different moving parts. There's a dial, and the words inscribed on it are Burke's patent.
This device, called a solar compass, helped solve a mystery that baffles the nation.
This artifact is linked to a haunted forest, terrified explorers, and a skeptical scientist.
It's 1824 in the wilderness of what is present-day Marquette County, Michigan. As the story goes, a fur trapper named John C. O'Driscoll has come to the area to hunt in uncharted forest. But when he encounters local Native Americans, he learns that the terrain is believed to be haunted.
These woods were acting like a Bermuda Triangle. People would go in and they would get lost. But Native people believed that there were evil spirits that drove men insane, and it even killed some people.
But O'Driscoll doesn't believe in ghosts.
He was a frontiersman. He had conquered other places, and he thought he'd be able to conquer the forest too.
He grabs his compass, his Bible, and backpack of supplies, and sets off into the deep, dark woods. At first, his foray into the wild goes smoothly, but he soon gets disoriented.
He's not quite sure where he is. He can't seem to catch his bearings. Everything looks the same.
But then he notices something unique. An eerie, bright white tree.
This is the first time he saw something that actually stood out among all of the repetition of the forest and the trees over and over again.
O'Driscoll decides to begin a new course, taking his bearings off this distinct marker. Using his compass, he heads due north.
He had this renewed sense of hope he'd be able to find his way out.
But after a day of trekking through the forest, he comes to a spot that looks eerily familiar. There is even a strange white tree. Then, glancing at the ground, he spots his own Bible.
It was the exact same tree. So even though he thought he was going north, he had gone in a complete circle.
For the first time, O'Driscoll starts to believe the legend of the haunted forest is true.
How can it be possible to follow a course north and wind up walking in a giant circle? And he's beginning to get this really creeping sensation that maybe the natives were right.
It takes O'Driscoll days to find his way out. When he does, his tale spreads through the region. For years, people are terrified to go back into the freaky forest. But 2 decades later, one man will reveal the truth behind its bewildering woods, once and for all.
You are best son walked through the parents of my children. I doubt that any of the fine books are on the shelf in hallowed institution.
They aren't.
I'm right, because sometimes I wish I was someone else. This is college. You get to reinvent yourself.
That's kind of hot around here.
Hi, guys.
You make me feel so miserable.
Floating.
Finally, the decimated Marines glimpsed their own comrades on the ridgetop. Another unit had scrambled up the backside of Geneva Ridge and finally won it over. After 2 days of fierce fighting on Guam, the view from the top is not comforting. The landing beaches remain in sight behind them. The rest of the island lay ahead. From the ridge, Americans fan out. Some approach Guam's capital, Agaya. This rare pre-war color footage reveals Agaya as a tiny town with old Spanish architecture, overlooking a peaceful shore. Now, it's a debris field. Centuries of history lie in ruins. A Marine stationed on Guam since 1898. This was home away from home. Agaya had more than 40 years of American influence woven into it. Now it's liberated, but also obliterated, mostly by America's own bombs. Away from the front lines, Americans try to escape the destruction with a little construction. Like turning a foxhole into a home. American can-do culture is crossing the Pacific along with all the battle hardware. Troops take pride in making the best out of the worst. One even builds his living quarters under a wrecked landing craft. Other found objects, like this Japanese diving suit, bring laughs to those who need them most. A stray puppy brings a welcome distraction. They call her Sake, a name inspired by the deep stash of liquor troops find in a captured supply depot. It's probably their first taste of Japanese culture. But the escape from reality is brief. As the battle moves north, both sides keep trading volleys. The nasty business of flushing the enemy out of caves brings out packs of raw dynamite. Merle Hatch sneaks up to a cave with Japanese hiding inside.
Talking. Our guy fired its flamethrower for a few minutes. And we're all dead.
Americans leave the bodies and take the credits of Japanese whiskey. Japanese are dying by the score, but they're making America pay for every mile they walk. On the same beaches they stormed at the start, wounded Americans are heading back out to sea. Invasion waves come in, and evacuation waves go out. As inevitable as the time.
I was glad to be alive when I got up to that damn place.
The lucky ones can leave with a close call and a good story. The unlucky ones will never leave. The dead on Guam continue, create a bleak landscape. Decomposing bodies are at risk of disease. There is no escaping the stench.
We had to cover it quick because of the stink. It was bad.
Americans begin a grisly routine. Dog tags will be sent to family. Fingerprints will become part of a grim database. There is only as much honor and reverence as circumstances allow. At the end, speed and efficiency went out.
Sometimes there was no way you could know whose body was going in where. Only God knows.
Americans try to give every one of their own a marked burial site. But the Japanese body count is often 10 times higher. Facing thousands of corpses on every island, Americans resort to mass graves. Here, they make Japanese POWs gather their own war dead for kit burial. In this rare case, Americans give a Japanese officer a military funeral. They identified him among the other bodies and honored him accordingly. But most of the men will remain nameless. Every island in the path of the Pacific War is becoming a killing field. And Americans will soon decide which island is next.
We got a break in the case. It's strangled.
It's been released. NCIS is all new. See you next Tuesday.
I thought it was just a fatty liver, but it's actually MASH. It's serious. It's scarring my liver, and it requires more than losing weight.
Resdifra is made for MASH, with moderate to advanced liver scarring without cirrhosis, along with diet and exercise. It has accelerated FDA approval. Studies are ongoing to confirm benefit. Only Resdifra works directly in the liver. It helps reduce MASH and liver scarring.
Before taking, tell your doctor about liver or gallbladder problems, or if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to be. Serious side effects include liver injury, gallstones, gallbladder pancreas inflammation. Stop taking and call your doctor about tiredness, nausea, vomiting, fever, rash, yellowing of your skin or eyes, stomach pain. Tell your doctor you're taking Fibrocil, Cyclosporin, Clopidogrel, or statins. Side effects include diarrhea, itching, dizziness, constipation.
Resdifra made a difference for me.
Ask your liver specialist for Resdifra.
Oh, great. We're alone. How big a new spot?
I prefer mine medium rare, not too pink.
Oh, well done for me.
A fascination with all things ghoulish and ghostly. And these macabre themes were unnervingly echoed in a series of chilling true-life events that have confounded scholars and historians to this very day. In February 1884, the New York Times releases the horrific account of a young woman from Dayton, Ohio.
The story set shivers up the spines of anybody who read it.
The article claimed that the woman had died unexpectedly. The funeral was promptly arranged. But before the coffin was sealed, several people noted that her face still had a remarkably healthy color. In the days that followed, her parents were consumed by a sense of unease. Eventually, they exhumed her coffin. Inside, they found a ghastly sight. The corpse was contorted in agony. Their daughter had been buried alive.
She actually bit the flesh off of her fingers to try and stay alive.
A few years later, in 1889, a similar case is brought to the fore. A young man becomes convinced that his recently deceased wife might also have been entombed while still living.
So he had her body exhumed, and sure enough, there were claw marks on the inside of the coffin.
It's clear that these grisly occurrences aren't all too common.
There were actually people being buried prematurely.
So, to prevent further mistakes of this nature from happening again, a number of unusual devices are developed. In the late 1800s, a coffin is invented with an air tube that runs from the body's mouth to the surface. Another specialized casket is patented, featuring a rope connected to an above-ground bell. If a person is buried alive, they can pull on the string and ring the bell, alerting mourners that they need to be rescued. But these cadaverous contraptions aren't foolproof.
Illnesses like sleep sickness may leave somebody unable to use any of these devices.
But one man is determined to put a stop to the problem once and for all. It's the late 1800s in Vermont. Elderly physician Dr. Timothy Clark Smith is obsessed with finding a way to avoid being buried alive.
Dr. Smith started getting really paranoid. He was totally overwhelmed with this fear of being 6 feet under and having all this earth upon him, and he would have no way of getting out. It plagued his mind daily.
And the doctor's fixation is about to result in one of the strangest contraptions ever created.
Smith's fear drove him to design the unthinkable.
You can do this. You can be the person who many was going to trip. And they felt, ow, tired. There are hundreds of sites. Flight, tell, eliminate.
Tired. Got that right.
Locals will never return to the simpler lives they had before. But smiles reveal that freedom is all that matters right now. With Americans finally in control of the Marianas, B-29 will move off mainland Asia. Kurt LeMay's experiment in India and China has largely failed.
China had proved to be a horrible, almost impossible logistical situation, and he knew it.
Now he'll bring his operation and his home movie camera to the Central Pacific.
As soon as American forces captured the Marianas, we moved over to Guam. The Marianas would be the beginning of the end of the road to Tokyo.
From its new base, LeMay will become the mastermind of the most destructive bombing raids to date in the history of warfare. The American air strategy is evolving, but the ground strategy remains blunt. Send wave after wave of men across the Pacific. Here, troops in Hawaii train for a land invasion of Japan and run through a mock-up of a Japanese town. President Roosevelt is on hand. He's in Hawaii for a crucial meeting to plot the next steps of the Pacific War. He has summoned his two primary commanders in the field, Admiral Nimitz and General MacArthur. The trio first meets aboard the USS Baltimore. Each plays to the cameras. Nimitz in his brilliant dress whites, MacArthur in his distinctive leather jacket despite the heat, and Roosevelt seated to hide his inability to walk. As the motorcade proceeds through military choreography, each man's mind is surely turning. The pending meeting is laced with long simmering tension. Roosevelt once called MacArthur one of the most dangerous men in America. MacArthur would later describe FDR as a man who never told the truth if a lie would suffice. Within the lush surroundings of the Holmes estates in Waikiki, the men conclude a day at home with dinner. Then they finally retire to the living room. Nimitz argues that pushing farther up the Central Pacific will choke off the Japanese mainland and force surrender. MacArthur all but demands that Americans retake the Philippines first. The men are cordial, but off camera, MacArthur isn't shy to raise the temperature of the argument. Roosevelt later confides that nobody ever talked to him the way that MacArthur did. The meeting sets the table for the next phase of the Pacific War. Nimitz will continue island hopping toward the mainland, including a rocky no-man's land called Iwo Jima. The Philippines is finally on the agenda. MacArthur's invasion is planned for October. Nearby, there's an island with a Japanese airfield that might cause trouble. They decide to take that first. It's called Peleliu. Compared to bigger targets, Peleliu is almost an afterthought. One general thinks it will be, quote, a quickie. Some journalists peel off looking for bigger stories. But for some of these men, Peleliu will be the story of their lives.
I was 18 years old. I was only in one down. But the 2 days that I fought in Peleliu marked my life more than anything else.
From the terrain to enemy strength, Americans do not have a clear picture of the island they're invading. For troops on approach, the picture is all too clear.
The beach was a sheet of flame that like a huge wall of lights. As though the island was on fire.
Americans are fresh off victories at Guam and Tinian, which had a clear sense of purpose and went according to plan. But the Pacific War follows no one's plan for very long. In late 1944, the Pacific War is building to a brutal climax. One island swallows an entire Marine regiment.
We were death trap.
Another becomes a beacon of bravery.
Iwo Jima was 36 days of pure hell.
Japan fights with ferocity. America fights with pride. igniting the war's deadliest day.
It was as though Tokyo would
With rare home movies like Frontline Stories, hear the voices and feel the fight.
my heart pounded as we journeyed toward that inferno. Became part of a proud, high-spirited elite house.
20-year-old Eugene Sledge is just joining the 1st Marines as they train in the Pacific in 1944. The division was gutted in battles for Guadalcanal and Cape Gloucester. They're full of replacements like Sledge. 85% are not yet 21.
The veterans taught the replacements all the ins and outs of combat, ruthless foe.
They're on a tropical South Pacific island called Pavuvu. Sounds like paradise. The 1st Marines think it's a hellhole.
We led a Spartan existence, warmed over sea rations and stale coffee passed for chow.
Space is so tight, they have to march in circles. Every drill is a battle with bugs. Some joke that they'll welcome a return to combat. Until they're loading up for the next battle.
We, not being fools, were all scared to death. The veterans because they knew what to expect. The new men because we didn't.
Papa, can I scratch them? Thanks.
I hung weakly to the side of the train, afraid that I would do my duty for to survive. Not my bandits.
Sledge inches closer to his first contact. The scene before him is pure hell.
The beach was a sheet of flame, backed by a huge wall of black smoke, as though the island was on fire.
The beach is already smoldering with twisted metal and blood.
My heart pounded as we turned toward that inferno. We got to the beach amid erupting shell bursts. The crowd of enemy machine gunners.
Within an hour, casualties number in the hundreds, while the advance is measured in yards. 1st Marines are taking it on the chin. Americans want Bellevue in case it interferes with a bigger invasion on the way, the Philippines. Japanese film shows them overrunning the American territory in 1941, taking control of 16 million Filipinos and 7,000 American POWs. Ever since, Army General Douglas MacArthur has been itching to take it back. At every opportunity, he repeats his mantra, "I shall return." He makes the promise, America makes the plan. It includes sending Marines to take the small airfield at Bellevue, which could be a nuisance to the Army's Philippines offensive. This isn't lost on the troops, who dubbed themselves MacArthur's Marines.
In order to capture the airfield, we started to cross and trot in the sears of heat. The ground rocked and swayed.
shell concussions. Streams of machine gun tracers in the street past our ears. Within hours, wood could start piling up. The Japanese are lobbing their repelling fire from this craggy jumble of peaks. First Marines nickname it Bloody Nose Ridge. From the air, the ridge looks like the moon. Underneath, there's an old network of mining tunnels that the Japanese transform into a front unto itself.
There never was a front line on Pele Loop. The whole island is a front line.
Japanese are everywhere, but nowhere to be seen. Americans end up shooting blindly into the ground. They think they win a hill, only to smell Japanese cooking wafting up from below ground. The subterranean maze is so confounding that the Americans resort to blasting shut any hole they see, whether they think anyone's inside or not. It takes 2 bloody weeks to secure the airfield. They're uncertain it was ever a real threat. MacArthur's Marines have paid a steep price, but they've cleared the way for the invasion of the Philippines. Pre-dawn bombardment illuminates MacArthur on the day he's been waiting for. The choreography of an invasion is now well rehearsed. But each man knows the Philippines are different. The size of the islands, 16 million civilians, thousands of Allied prisoners, and 500,000 Japanese defenders waiting somewhere behind the veil of smoke now rising from the coast. Americans land first on Leyte, hoping to win it before invading Luzon and the capital, Manila. Unlike Bellevue, the beach is not heavily defended. By afternoon, MacArthur wades ashore. As the news cameras roll, he swaggers onto the sand without a helmet. There may be no combat on the beach, but there is some dark comedy. The scale of the invasion strains the supply chain. On first day, 107,000 tons come ashore, but not in the right order. Rush to unload, urgent supplies are buried under less important ones. And it's the rainy season. Captain John Hanna takes our movies of the mark his unit has to navigate. It's thick, slick, and inescapable. Those water buffalo don't seem to mind. Back on its ship, Hanna films locals approaching in canoes. They're looking for safe harbor in the shadows of American ships that now blanket Leyte Gulf. So many ships in one place make an irresistible target. American carriers provide the only air support for the invasion. If Japan can disable this lifeline, they can isolate the Americans on land. The Imperial Japanese Navy decides to attack. American ships buzz to life. The Battle of Leyte Gulf will decide the future of the Philippines. Naval battles often boil down to pilot versus pilot.
States. In the air, Americans continue to dominate. As Japanese fighters fall away, an American gets a clear shot at an enemy ship. He doesn't miss. Out of desperation, Japan changes tactics. Their planes dive closer to American ships. Hidden in smoke, this one punches through staccato anti-aircraft fire, flying lower than anyone expects. Navy man Charles River is shocked at what he sees next.
Coming towards us was a Japanese plane just skimming over the water. We jumped for cover.
It lands a suicidal blow. These are the first organized kamikaze attacks of the Pacific War. They will not be the last. Over 4 days, America loses 6 more ships, but Japan loses 26. Seas around the Philippines are now American waters. The ground war will be bloody, and Manila awaits. But only one side will have air and sea support. The other will slowly choke.
Memories. It's like a movie. We can revisit all those times we did have. Mine's not a family designed to withstand tragedy.
It's what you do you live as much life as you allow yourself.
Hi. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
You run over time, I mix and match my way. There's 6 tasty items and you can get 2 for $5 or 3 for $7. That's all up to me. The $5 jewel or $7 trio from Burger King classics to fan favorites. Choose your deal.
When my hair started thinning, I didn't want to hear wisecracks.
I was ignoring my hair because I was a full-time working mother, but luckily I found Nutrafol.
My hair was getting strong and thick.
I finally feel like myself again. This is the new Weight Watchers. We've helped millions of members find what works for them. Now it's your turn. Watch your life open up. Watch you throw shift. Watch what you're capable of. Watch it work.
This is Candy Crush Saga.
Or Sweet just got serious. Compete in All Stars and make it to the live final.
For your chance to win a share of $1 million. Play Candy Crush All Stars now.
I'm not letting relapsing MS disrupt my life. My treatment choice? Boom. That's Kesimpta. It's proven to reduce relapses and slow disability progression. Plus, it's the only B-cell treatment I can take at home.
Or take with me. Boom. That's Kesimpta.
No pre-treatment with steroids or infusion days. It's an auto-injector pen that's just once a month.
Don't take if you've had an allergic or life-threatening reaction to Kesimpta or have hepatitis B. You'll be tested for Hep B before treatment, as it could return. Serious side effects, including infections and PML, a rare brain infection, can occur and may be fatal or cause severe disability. Tell your doctor about your medical history, including liver problems, plans for vaccines, and pregnancy. It's not known if it will harm your unborn baby. You'll be monitored for a decrease in certain antibodies and liver function, as it may cause liver damage. Most common side effects are upper respiratory infection, headache, and injection reactions, including swelling, itching, pain, skin redness, fever, headache, muscle pain, chills, and tiredness.
Ask your doctor about Kesimpta. Boom.
What's his deal? He saved a Metro with no activation fee and got the new Samsung A17 5G for free. With one line of unlimited 5G for just $40, period. Get that more for your money feeling. Only at Metro.
I know how to make slick-looking goggles/glasses, but I have no idea how to make slick-looking social media stuff.
But Dota Hero used AI to create social content out of thin air, like this one. All the goggles, goggle glasses are great gifts for all guys and gals.
When I look at this picture, I feel failure. I tried keto, I tried fasting. I needed to do something. I came across LifeMD. I'm now 182 pounds in 14 months. It's the best decision of my entire life.
Get Zepbound, Wegovy, and the new Wegovy pill at joinlifemd.com.
For small business owners, taxes, there's more questions than answers. Now taxes, it's a TurboTax expert who knows your industry. It's for a small business, and it's taxes.
Back on Peleliu, the first Marines have to finish what they started. Killing the enemy from a distance isn't working. It's going to take close combat.
As a private first class, your war lies within 15 feet of you. It's kind of like Gettysburg.
Frank Fox is an Army infantryman attached to the 1st Marines. His entire World War II combat career is 48 hours on Peleliu at age 18.
I was only in one battle, but the 2 days that I fought at Peleliu marked my life more than anything else.
Here, a medical evacuation gets burned into memory. Three lie wounded. Enemy fire pins down 2 corpsmen just yards away. 5 lives hang in the balance.
1,000th of a second. 100th of a minute. That's the difference between whether I was dead or not.
The corpsmen struggle to carry the stretcher case. The other 2 combine whatever strength they have left to get themselves out. The scene is repeated over and over as the war plays out on a tiny stage of Peleliu.
You're talking about an island that's about 2 miles wide. You get maybe 11,000 Japanese and 28,000 Americans mad at each other.
Marines are trapped on this cage of an island that seems determined to swallow them all.
Some mention a premonition of when they're going to die. One sergeant in the tent with me been through Guadalcanal and New Britain. Our training he said, I don't want to go out there. I'm not going to make this. And he didn't. He didn't make it 2 minutes.
In the 3rd year of war, and 6th week on deck, Marines are in no mood to play by the rules.
We never took prisoners, even when some tried to give up. We routinely shot both dead and wounded in the head to make sure they were dead.
By the end of October, it's still not over, but it is for the 1st Marines. Almost a third of their men are dead or wounded. Put up and leave Peleliu for the army to finish. It will take another month. Peleliu becomes one of the enduring question marks of the Pacific War. 1,800 dead, 8,000 wounded, all for a dusty airfield that may not have been a threat after all.
Well, too many Americans were sent to Vietnam and into oblivion before they had ever really left.
In the march toward Japan, America seems lost in the Southwest Pacific. In the central Pacific, the path is more clear. Island hop toward Japan with daring and distant amphibious assaults. Americans have advanced as far as the Mariana Islands. Saipan, Guam, and Tinian are all recently captured and at the mercy of American machinery. They're paving the way for a brand new aircraft, the B-29 Super Fortress. But from the factory to the flight line, it's plagued with problems. Deliveries are delayed. In Kansas, Raymond Halleman's crew has been training on other aircraft instead.
We had 11 people in our B-29 crew. They were from 11 different states. Sort of a miracle. The gunner was from Michigan. Radar man from Oklahoma. We wonder where these kids are all coming from. One day, we came out to this ramp, and out there was a brand new silver B-29. A beautiful thing. That is going to be ours to take overseas. We were so excited.
For the first time, they are flying untethered from a training script, unsupervised by superiors. Halloran is 21 years old.
You going alone? He was still clear. We climbed to about 20,000 feet in the west.
They fly over the familiar landscape of home, heading toward a distant